Alright boys, what is up? Gotta start taking the Huracan apart to do the exhaust. It's just been a nasty, gloomy day. All day. I've been out here like 3 times and I've kind of just walked right back in. But I gotta do it because it's gonna be here tonight or tomorrow morning, the exhaust, and I gotta get this apart. So let's get to it. You have to take that cover off. There's a cover right here, you know. This is just an H5 Allen key. And then you gotta get this wing off. It's like a wing. I don't really know what you'd call it, but you see how it's actually 2 pieces. This slides off and it'll let you get to some of the bolts for the bumper. All this has got to come out. This is part of the exhaust. And then some people don't put their heat shielding back on, but I'm going to. I've seen too many videos of Lamborghinis catching on fire. What is that? What the fuck is that? Let's get started. I'm going to walk you guys through it, and this thing's going to sound great. Alright boys, gotta start taking this all apart. I'm going to start up top. Alright, so I'm going to start taking this side apart real quick and scooting it over and seeing if there's any more torque spits under this. Yeah, there's one in that far corner. So all this has got to come off. Alright, these like hood struts are going to have to come off. And try not to lose these clips because I've never seen clips like this on these struts before. Usually they just move up and down. And they're probably not cheap. Just dropped it. Well, I literally just said try not to lose that clip and I dropped it down there. So when I take this tray off, I gotta remember that it's sitting down there. I heard it hit carbon, so I'm pretty sure it's on that bottom tray. Let's try not to lose this one. Well, since my one strut over here is way weaker than this one, because this one held up the whole thing, this one keeps going down. I ended up putting a piece of 1x in there. See, I had to get that out to get these torque bits. Maybe part of this grill comes out with this. Let's get these out. And then there's 2 in these corners right there. You guys can't really see nothing. Right there's one. Right there's one. Alright, I'm back. I had to look it up because this, you know, I just took out all those Torx bits, but these corners didn't want to come off. There is actually pop clips or snap clips underneath that tail light. So you just want to pull on it. I did it on this side. It came out really easy, but it was nerve-wracking because I kept pulling like this whole thing wanted to come apart. I didn't want to put too much pressure on it and break it. Oh my god, dude, that's nerve-wracking right there. And then this is pretty much 3 pieces. So hold it like this. Whew, that was nerve-wracking. Hopefully that was the most nerve-wracking part. I hate pop clips. You always feel like you're gonna break something. But you gotta get all these Torx bits out. You got one there, one in the middle, one there, and one there. So 5 to get the wing off. Alright, I got those 5 bolts out. See how the wing just wants to come up? There is a light in there. So you gotta figure out how that comes off. Alright, I really couldn't get a shot. That was a pain. You had to like get a screwdriver in there like this, pry this up and push this down. And I didn't want to break it. I just noticed that this is loose. This is a ground. So I'm gonna tighten that up while I'm in here, unless this has to come off. But this whole wing should be free now. Yep. I think all these gotta come out. I'm gonna take all this out. This whole bracket's gonna have to come out to get this exhaust off, I guarantee it. Let's focus on the bumper and then come back to this. Alright, so these wheels gotta come off to get this wheel liner out. I've seen some people take the bumpers off before. We've just taken the bolts out of this half of the wheel liner, but then you like fight the wheel liner the whole time to get in there, and then it's just another 3 bolts if you take the wheel off. So I just make your life easier and take your wheel off. The way I look at it, you know, just take your bolts out. Your little tool or keyway is in your frunk. Alright, I got the wheels off. Real quick though, I usually don't record stuff like this, but I had a few of you hit me up on Instagram saying how excited you were about seeing how the exhaust is done. I'm gonna put these bolts back in where they go, so I don't have to worry about trying to find them or nothing. I mean, I'm putting everything in their own bin. It would have been fine, but I'm weird like that. I'd rather just put it, if I can put it back, I'm gonna put it back. Okay, wheel liner. All T25 Torx bits, and then you got these weird things. I'll show you them. They're like washer nuts. You will break one. I had to order some for the R8. Take your time taking this wheel liner out. Alright, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to record this, but I mean, you got Torx bits all the way around the top. you should be able to understand what's going on. All right, once you get all these Torx bits out, you got these washer things. There's one there, one there, one there, one in there, and one in there. Oh, and you still gotta get that doohickey. So you see these? They're plastic. The ones on the R8 were actually like a really thin aluminum that as soon as you torque them too hard, they bent. But I guess that's better than the R8. Just be easy with them. As soon as you get them loose, it's pretty much doing by hand. There's a couple in the bottom. Right there, and right there. Now these are part of the bumper, so I'm gonna put these in a different bin. Clean out all this while you're in here. It's gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna get a shop vac. You're also gonna have to block these off when you do your exhaust. These go to the valves. There's vacuum lines. All right, there's the this part of the bumper right there you're gonna take off. It's gonna be a T30. All right, you guys see how I did this wheel liner? I'm gonna go do the other one. I'm not gonna record that. It's the same thing over here. All right, got this wheel liner out. Again, don't forget this. I set it on the other side, but it's just a little small one that's sitting in that corner. You might actually have to get up in there with a wrench and get that one out too. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna go up. You gotta get all these out the bottom. You got a bunch of Torx bits on the bottom, and then you'll have all these ones up at the top. I'm gonna leave my tips connected because they're going back on, but if you ever like are changing your tips, you get to them through the back of the bumper. There's a Torx bit right there, and then there's one up top. It's a pain to get to unless you take the whole bumper off. You got a couple like push clips you gotta get out. I mean, you don't have to take this whole thing off to get to your bumper, but I'm gonna take it all off because if you remember at the beginning, I dropped that clip and I heard it hit the bottom, so it's right there. But I'm just gonna show you how to do one of these and then you should be able to understand it. Right there, just get a little flathead. Pry this down. Right there. Got the whole tray off. I'm gonna do a video on doing an oil change later, so I'll go over that again. But I got the clip that I lost. It was right there as soon as I popped it down. I got all the bolts out of the bottom of this bumper, stuff on top, and I think the bumper just slides off. The R8, you gotta take like the taillights and everything out. I don't think you gotta do that on this one, but we're gonna find out. All right, yeah, you gotta take all these out. They're T30s. I'm just doing all like my bumper bolts in one thing, even though they're different, but they're like really different. So you should be able to remember that, right? Like the ones that have this little step in there, go to the top. All the other ones go on the bottom. Then you got these little ones right here. These are underneath your license plate. So if you left your license plate on, take it off. You gotta take these off. These go into the metal actual like bumper part.
You got some nuts in here.
Yeah, all right. That's what I said that earlier. Yeah, you gotta take this 10 mil out like I said earlier. I didn't know for sure, but yeah, you got that 10 mil. It's like above the rear flasher or parking light. I don't know how we're supposed to get this back in. So this is actually the weirdest design I've ever seen. Those bolts were in there. This is just a snap, but it's like a complex Lamborghini snap. I didn't have to take those bolts out. I was just scared and being a wuss. You could have just pulled this off. You see how those bolts were there, and that hole, and just held this in place. But you see these little tabs? You could just pull the bumper out towards me, maybe. If I can show you. Yeah, see how it just snaps in? Can you guys see that? Not really, but it just snaps in. We'll probably just unsnap the other side. There's this one wire, I think everything just feeds into this one. Right there. You just gotta take that clip out. It's in the passenger side wheel well. I just unclipped it there, and then you got one of these weird ones again. This whole like Lamborghini 2 clip things. And I think that's it for the bumper. Let's try to go up and off. There we go. Bumper's off. I'm gonna clean out everything that I took off. You've been following me for a while. You guys know I'm weird like that. Everything you can't see, I always have to clean. But now you gotta get all this off. You gotta get this whole bracket out. We're almost there, boys. Let's take this metal bumper off first. So you got these, I believe they're 10 mils that just connected to the heat shielding. But then you're gonna have, you just gotta take this like weird Torx bit out. See that right there? I'm pretty sure it's just that holds this rear bumper on. All right, and then again, anything you can put back, I'm putting back on. All right, we gotta get this whole bracket off. Good? Yep. I'm gonna take this heat shield out right now, just so we don't like break it. It's only held in with a bolt here, and a bolt over there. And then you gotta get this bracket out, I'm pretty sure, to move the exhaust, because it's not gonna wanna go down. You're gonna run into this and bend it. So you got a Torx bit up there. Yeah, you see how that comes out, and then you can get this out. All right, here comes the fun part. We gotta get all this out of our way. You gotta get down in there. So airbox has gotta go, and pretty sure this has gotta go. It did on the R8. I mean, we might be able to slide it out under. I'm gonna take this out too. All right, I got the one airbox out, or the top off. It's just chase all the bolts, and then you got to these clip underneath. They're kind of a pain. Like the clip is not easy for you to get to. All right, so once you get those clips undone for your mass airflow sensor, you gotta get these undone. You gotta unbolt this box. I can't get that hose really out of the way, even though it came off. It's still putting pressure, pushing it over towards the passenger side. There's that bolt right there that holds the intake together. And I think if I get that off, I can move it this way enough. Yep, there we go. All right, we're getting closer. You can see the exhaust V-clamp right there. We're getting close, boys. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing over here. It's just a mirrored image. I'll bring it back once this one's out. Okay, what you have to do is you gotta take this clip out, your hood latch, your bonnet latch, sorry. It's just those two 10 mils, and you can sit about the way, and then you'd probably have to just take that Torx bit out, and that Torx bit out, and then your exhaust brackets to slide everything out. But I am going to take this whole thing out just to make it easier, and I don't have to worry about damaging nothing. So I'm gonna take this off, I'm gonna take these Torx bits out, and then that, whatever Torx bit that's called, I don't really know. So if you wanna make fun of me, make fun of me. I don't, there's like 18 points on there. And that Torx bit and that one. Yeah, and then you gotta take this clip out for the wire, and this whole thing will get out of your way. I think it would slide out under it, but why even risk it to take out 6 more bolts when you've already taken out 500? All right, so you gotta get this clip out. It's over here on the driver's side. I hate, like Lamborghini literally put all their clips in upside down. Or like the last person that serviced this or something did it. Next, when I put it back in, I'm gonna flip it around so it's easy to snap. All right, I'm sitting here for like 15 minutes trying to get this clip out without breaking it, and Adrian just found out that these clips are genius, is all I can say, thanks to Lamborghini. You actually just leave this clip there, and you just replace a zip tie. The zip tie just feeds through there. Look at that. Dude, that is amazing. Don't put it on. We don't have as many. That's fucking so much money.
Don't buy me a bunch of those for my car.
Probably from Lamborghini only.
They're probably like $50 a piece.
So you just cut the zip tie, and then the clip that is like in the body, it just stays there. And then like I said, you got all these over here. Oh yeah, don't forget about this bracket right here. Goes to your heat shield. Same thing over here. And this whole bracket should slide out. You got a bracket right there, that orange thing. Just take that nut out, or that bolt. A bolt there. A bolt there. A bolt there. And then you got your 2 V-band clamps. One there. One there. And then this heat shielding has got a bolt there to take out. And then you have to disconnect your baffles vacuum line, which you're gonna have to plug. So that can just hang there for now. That's not connected to anything, but you need to put like a little rubber tit on there. So once you get all that, pretty much ready to pull this thing out. All right, so right there, you see that? How it's tied into the heat shield? Which, like I said earlier, a lot of people don't put their heat shield back on because they think the exhaust looks cool, but I've seen too many videos of, especially Aventadors, catching on fire. These V-band clamps are like a reverse Torx bit, a female Torx bit. It's called E10. Alright, yeah, these aren't fun. I forgot about that. At least on the R8, there was like 3 pieces that if you just pried up on one side, you actually bent it. Yeah, see, I'll show you once I get it all the way off. It's not fun. You always feel like you're gonna break it. So this is how these ones are. You see how they're like 3 pieces that seal it? And if you sit here and see how I bent that a little bit? If you sit here and you just start prying on it, you'll bend them and then you won't be able to reuse them. So get a screwdriver in each one of these and pop them. Put a screwdriver in there, pry that up, bend that a little bit, put a screwdriver in there, pry that one up, and same thing over here. Don't just go bend it on this little metal. You'll screw it all up. All right, man, I think we're good. Make sure there's no heat shielding connected anywhere. It should just be coming straight out.
Well,
All right, boy, what?
What, is it gonna want to fall in, or does it really?
I don't know. Everything should be off. We're pretty much good to go. We're gonna find out right now if we get caught up on something. There it is. I'm gonna clean all this up. This is driving me nuts. But the exhaust, fuck, can't even talk. I'm so excited. I can't wait till you guys see this. Well, shit, guys. It has been 5 days. The exhaust never came. I've called FedEx. They have no idea where it's at. It just sucks, man. I wanted to do this all in one video. I don't know. If you've been here for a while, you guys know that this just happens to me all the time. I've waited for parts for that. I've lost parts for that. I don't know what's going on with FedEx. Hopefully they can find it because the exhaust is awesome. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I constantly just keep looking at pictures of it. I'm so excited about it. I started this Thursday thinking that the exhaust was going to be here Thursday night or Friday morning. It's now Monday. Even if it showed up right now, I don't have enough time to do it, record it, and get a video out tonight for you guys. I don't know, man. That's going to be the end of this one. I'm just going to clean this up today, and hopefully the exhaust will be here sometime today or tomorrow, or if it's here at the beginning of the week, hopefully I can put out a video for you guys Thursday. If not, I'll see you in the next one, next Monday. See you guys.